You know those people who think you owe them everything? They do you a solid one time and then they'll just start inviting themselves out for dinner.
I can't believe you're giving them this.
I don't even want anything for it.
He's very generous, isn't he?
Yes, yes, he is.
I'll tell you what, you can take me out to dinner sometime.
Dinner?
Yeah, you buy me a meal, can't get a better deal than that.
No, you'll never get a better deal than that.
And when you think you're finally even, they come back asking for more.
You know what I think? I'm just gonna have soup. Yeah, I'll save the meal for another time. I had a hot dog earlier, I'm not that hungry.
No, Ben, you know. This is the dinner. The soup counts.
Soup's not a meal. You were supposed to buy me a meal.
And if you steal $70 million in crypto from criminals and funnel it to the Democrats, you expect a little something, in return. And no, a kiss from Maxine Waters, no relation, isn't enough, especially for a skinny fat kid like Mini Madoff. He wants to hang out with Katy Perry, Tom Brady, and Bill Clinton, while his harem feeds him vegan sliders. Nothing major. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Full access to the White House. Tonight, we're learning Mini Madoff visited the Biden White House not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times just last year. Mini Madoff was at the White House as recently as September. At the exact same time, he was siphoning money from drug cartels and sending it to the Democrats' Senate campaigns. Here's what Mini did after visiting the White House. Mini just pulled off the biggest campaign finance scandal in American history, money laundering mafia money through the Bahamas and into Chuck Schumer's war chest. Dance like no one's watching, Mini, because no one was. So, what was he talking about? That whole time with the Biden White House? Well, maybe the binder reader has the answer.
I'm wondering, given this first briefing since then, if you can give us any sort of summary of what has been discussed in Mr. Bankman-Fried's meetings with the White House over the course of the year?
Yeah. So let me give you a few rundowns here. As we've previously confirmed, as you know, I know you're following this very closely. These meetings included Steve Ricchetti and Bruce Reed.
Wait. So who's Steve Ricchetti? Well, he's the counselor to the president, one of Biden's most trusted guys. And who's Bruce Reed? Well, he just happens to be the White House chief of staff deputy, basically the gatekeeper to Joe Biden. So what Mini Madoff talked to Biden's closest advisors about 4 times last year?
This meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried was focused on pandemic prevention related matters.
So Crypto Fauci was advising the Biden White House about the pandemic. I had no idea the vegan thief was a virologist, did you? I just thought he knew how to steal money. Well, what else was Mini Madoff talking to the Biden White House about?
And cryptocurrency and crypto exchanges.
Oh, so the Biden White House was meeting all year about cryptocurrency with the biggest crypto scam artist in U.S. history. And all of that crypto money just wound up buying the Democrats the Senate. And then the Biden administration turns around after he won the Senate with the illegal campaign contributions and arrests the guy. Is anybody else in the media covering this story? This story is crazy. And what was Mini wearing to the White House? Did he look like Fetterman?
So very often when people get wealthy, they buy fancy suits and so forth. You haven't gone to that phase yet, right?
Not so much.
Your outfit is pretty much standard. It's some kind of T-shirt, shorts, tennis shoes. Is that what you wear all the time?
When I go to Washington, D.C., I have a suit there because I have to wear it on the Hill.
So Mini must be trying to impress somebody. And it's working because not just anybody can just get a meeting at the White House, let alone 4. If you're an oil CEO, Joe doesn't want you there. But if you can buy the Senate for the Democrats, the White House doors are wide open. It's not like this is the first shady dude Biden's had to the White House. I mean, when Biden was vice president, he had Chinese spies all over the place. And if we know anything about Joe, if you bring the money, you'll get the access. Or as AOC puts it, they'll be licking your boots.
All of them are bankrolled and licking billionaire boots. That's what they do, because billionaires pay for their little podcasts, and billionaires pay for their little YouTube channels, and billionaires pay to fund their campaigns. And if you are doubting me, check the receipts. The left in this country is not backed by billionaires. And so it is very decentralized. It's grassroots.
That's so grassroots. You know, there's nothing grassroots about Democrats taking crypto cash from drug cartels and mobsters. I mean, the largest crypto exchange, Coinbase, just settled with the feds for $100 million. Why such a big fine? Well, because if a terrorist or a drug trafficker or a Russian oligarch parked millions in their exchange, they didn't care. It was never flagged. Bin Laden could have put money with Coinbase, and Coinbase wouldn't have checked. They wouldn't even know. Coinbase just took the money and paid for campaign events for Schumer. Does that sound grassroots, AOC? And if the largest crypto exchange did it, Mini did it 10 times worse. I wouldn't be surprised if Putin had money with Mini, and Mini stole Putin's money and gave it to Joe. Is this the biggest campaign finance scandal you've ever heard of? I mean, they're always saying the cover-up is worse than the crime, though, because now, watch this. Mini is asking the judge to hide the identities of the two guys who co-signed for his $250 million bail. So who are Mini's two sugar brothers who put themselves on the hook for $250 million if Mini goes missing? I mean, how come every Democrat's got a sugar brother? Remember Hunter's? Hunter's sugar brother paid off $2 million of his back taxes? And now Mini's got sugar brothers. He's got two. Doesn't anybody want to know who these guys are or girls? Now I'm curious. Why do they want Mini out on bond that bad? We know Mini walked into court yesterday with a big book bag. So what's in the bag, Mini? A little suspicious that when he walked out of court, we didn't see the book bag on him. Now, sources tell Primetime they saw Sticky Finger Sammy hanging out around the New York courthouse. We can't verify, but we also can't deny if Sticky Sammy picked up the bag on his way out. But would it surprise you if Mini just showed up to court with a bag full of cash? I mean, he's always bribing his way out of trouble, and everybody's in his pocket. The first judge assigned to Mini's case actually had to resign because her husband was an advisor of Mini's crypto slush fund. Now, the new judge on the case, Lewis Kaplan, a Clinton-appointed judge who just happened to preside over cases against Trump, Kevin Spacey, and Prince Andrew. I mean, this judge sure is giving Mini a nice vacation before prison because Judge Kaplan just set Mini's next court date to October, and the trial could start even later. Did Mini just buy himself a pre-prison vacation? Sure looks like it. I mean, he might not be able to go to the White House, but Mini's not lonely. He's back living with his parents. 30-year-old, just living with the parents. Not a good look, but we're thinking about changing his name to Micro, but undecided. But is Mini treating his parents' house like the penthouse in the Bahamas? Because the author of The Big Short, Michael Lewis, is already paying him visits, getting him ready for his time on the big screen, we hear. So now Fetterman, AOC, and Mini Madoff are all big Hollywood movie stars. I guess I'm in the wrong business. Who else is knocking down Mini's door? Well, this woman, Tiffany Fong, paid Mini a visit during house arrest. We hear Mini lifted his pant leg up just a little to give her a small glimpse of his ankle monitor. Did Fong make Mini shake like Chuck Todd? Well, we've invited Fong on Primetime tomorrow to hear how Mini's doing under house arrest, and we hope she joins us. We might even send Johnny out to see Mini Madoff, dress Johnny up as a vegan delivery guy and ring the doorbell. We know he likes cucumbers. By the way, have Democrats given back any of the money that Mini scammed? We're still waiting.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.